Welcome to another Type with me. In today's video, I want to explore the interaction testing in Storybook. So Storybook is very handy to test and play around and use your applications, your components and your components that are part of your application in isolation. And so one of the things that I want to talk about is this one, right? The component testing. You can really test your component and use things like user event.click or within yada yada yada. I found this SVG element in the documents. So you can test basic things that you need to interact with on your component, and this will help you to make your components more reliable towards your applications. So for that, add storybook slash addon dash interactions is very important. And you will see that within main.ts, we have here our storybook config, and you have add-ons, and you have the add-on essentials, which are the essential add-ons of Storybook, and you have the add-on interactions, and that's also very important to have this enabled. Right? Otherwise, you will not see the possibilities of interactions, and yeah, you cannot use it properly. So I have a very basic component, one with a label, an input, and a button. When you interact with that button, we will clear the input of our input value, the value actually, and just having this simple interaction component will help you to understand how to very easily work with interactions in Storybook. So if we go now to our interaction component, you will see here that we have some inputs and we have some handle changes and we have a submit value, right? If we go now to our storybook, you'll see here that we have here a setup meta interaction component and tags autodocs. We have here our default story, which has a label, placeholder, net type, text, and so on, and we can play around with that. So what we have right here is we have a canvas element, and with the canvas element we can say, hey, within our canvas element, we want to do something, right? And then we have our canvas element, and within our canvas element we can say, hey, canvas.get by test ID, or here also get by test ID, and here I can do user event dot type input element, and something can be put into this input element by this part. We can also do event user events dot click, for example. You need to know as well that these ones, user event and within, come from the storybook slash testing library. Expect and function comes from tests. So we click on the button and then we see that our label element has the mock label, right? And that our input value is being made empty. What we also could do, and actually it could be an interesting thing here, is that you put right here, but I will show you later on. You can here put this and then sample project name, and then you click on a button and then you see, okay, it's been clicked upon, and then it's been made empty, right? If you then go to Storybook, you will see that You have here the interactions. All these interactions are being passed through. I'm going to see if I can put this a little bit more into view for you, because it could be interesting to see everything, right? And what we also could do is just go back or go to start. So you can go to the start and you can just fast forward and you can play every step by step thing that you programmed in as an interaction. And in that case, it's very easy to see how this interaction applies to the real isolated component that you see on the screen, which is really nice, right? So again, if I go here and if I say, hey, I expect, like I said before, I expect actually this thing be filled in. What we could do now is put a const here as well, const input value, do it like this, and of course this needs to be a string. Here we have our input value, and of course if we have typed that in, input value needs to be in the input element, right? So if we now go back to our storybook, you will see that you can very easily go again to the beginning. You can go step by step. See here, yes, it's been expected that a sample project name is or needs to be project name. Again, event user event.click. Then you see here that a project label expects to be project label, and then we have here expect to be what we expect of it, right? So in that regards, I think it's a very easy and nice feature. You can actually very easily rerun it and go through it. So I really can recommend, if you are writing front-end applications, that you use Storybook and that you use these interaction testing on it as well. I think it's even better to do this and don't write or just eliminate a little bit more effort into interaction testing versus, for example, Cypress testing or unit testing. Of course, these all depend upon the use case. Maybe your Cypress testing is more end-to-end testing of the whole application, and these are just for the little components, which is also fine. But I think it's more valuable to really go into this interaction testing. You get a nice UI for it, and in my opinion, it's better than putting the effort into story in Storybook than in real unit testing, because now you see it face to face, how it interacts and what it goes through, right? So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and hope to see you next time.